So there are three main things that a feminine woman really craves to experience with a masculine man. It's what makes her feel safe. It's what allows her to open up, to be vulnerable with him, instead of showing up in the relationship with a hard shell around her, like a protective mechanism. Now, this is for the men who desire to attract feminine women, who want to see that next level of feminine open within his woman that he already has, if you're already in a relationship. And I wanted to provide this from the feminine perspective because why not? So the three main things are, first of all, the most important one, in my opinion, the one that has to come first, the one that makes a woman ultimately trust you, is integrity. When a feminine woman is with a man who is in his integrity, he does what he says he's going to do. He's a man of his word. That's when she feels safe. That's when she can see that he's a safe man to be around, to let her full feminine form out around, right? It's just this general level of trust and safety. And really, without this, none of the other two matter that I'm about to say, because she will never open. If you are not showing up as a man who follows through with what he says, it sounds simple, but this is something that she absolutely will not fully be in her feminine for. This is something that she will stay hidden from you. And you won't fully get to feel her feminine essence. She will not soften into that little girl around you. She will stay in this sort of guarded demeanor, right? She will stay in this protective mode. She won't fully be able to relax into this vulnerable state that is the most enjoyable for you to experience, and that I found masculine men really, really desire, right? So, the second one is important as well, and kind of goes along with this. I have notes written down here, so let me make sure I'm getting everything. But consistency. So this goes along with integrity as well. When a woman feels like and can really see that her man is consistent in not just taking her on dates, or not just consistently providing, not just consistently buying her flowers, right? Which is amazing, incredible. We need more of these men, right? We need more of these masculine men who are doing these things. But consistent in his demeanor, consistent in his masculine energy, consistent in being able to hold her in those emotional moments instead of trying to control her or fix her. Consistency in the energetic sense of she's getting a consistent feel for who you are as a man. That is invaluable to a feminine woman. Feeling for her is everything. And if she can't feel that, one, you are in integrity with what you say, your actions line up with your words. I mean, a truly feminine woman doesn't even really listen to words. It's more of, she hears you, but she's watching what you do, right? So consistency in that, consistency in everything, creates this feeling of safety deep inside of her. Even if she is a woman who is capable of, which hopefully so, right? But even if she's a woman that is capable of feeling safe within herself, this is in a different context. This is in the context of the relationship. This is with you, right? So if she feels safe in general, great, she will be a feminine woman. But with you, she wants to go deeper. She wants you to be able to provide that space for her to open even more, to be able to live in her feminine, not just sometimes be in it. not just be checking, okay, is he doing this for me? Is he going to show up for me this time? I don't know. That's probably the worst feeling for the feminine. So having that consistency with your energy is so key. And lastly here, your presence. Your ability to mentally drop everything else whenever you are with her. To be able to stop everything and be in the stillness. To not be afraid of feeling her. To not be afraid or want to avoid her feminine energy. That can feel scary, right? Like it can feel like a lot. It can feel very emotional. You're not quite sure how to handle those emotions. But the thing is that in all of these things, integrity and consistency and presence, the most important thing that a feminine woman can see in all of this is that you are really doing these things. You aren't just talking about them. When it is just talked about, like I said, feminine women do not trust that. Especially a woman who is very conscious, like very much in her awareness, and is doing the spiritual work around this so that she can actually receive more of your masculine gifts, so that she can fully be in her receptivity with you, in her softness, in her openness. These things are green flags to her that tell her body, not her mind. Her body will notice this first. It allows her nervous system to relax. It tells her body she can relax with you. She's having a biological reaction to you. That's how deep this is. Especially for the feminine. And I know it is for you too. But what I see a lot of the time, and I felt this myself too, so that just an insight, is that a lot of content out here, especially content aimed at, well, this is for men and women, but it really focuses on you. Well, I don't know the message from the masculine side as much, but what I've seen, it's like basically pay for a woman and she will be feminine for you. And while this is great, I mean, we love our provider kings, and you know, the discipline and the hard work that you're putting in does not go unseen. We need more men like you in the world. And also having that awareness of the fact that you don't have to be perfect in this, and it's not all about the material. To the feminine woman who is not performing her feminine energy, aka the woman who's just playing games, I guess you could say, or the ones that are really into the performative femininity content, not the one where it's like, oh, the masculine energy, like being in relationship with a man of masculine energy will also transform as a woman, right? Like I've experienced this. But more of the women who are like, I just need a provider. I just need a provider. That's it. First of all, long term, and this will be a whole different rant, but she's not fully going to just be satisfied with that. It doesn't have to be transactional, but it's in the realm of transactional, right? If he provides, she will give feminine energy, sort of thing. What we're talking about here is a few steps above that. This is for the conscious, aware masculine men who are focusing on that spiritual awareness in all of this. And this is what a feminine woman who is not just looking for the material things really desires. This is what her soul craves. This is what opens her into a realm of deep, vulnerable femininity. Not just exterior, not just her looks or, you know, how she's acting, the performance that she's putting on. This is about the experience for both of you. And for the masculine, it's really for you to be able to enjoy the relationship you actually desire and know exactly how to meet your woman's needs, right? A deeply feminine woman wants more than just provision. She wants the energetics of it also. She wants to feel your masculine energy. She wants to know. She wants to be shown through your actions that you were there for her. She wants to feel seen. And the 3 most important ways that we talked about, the integrity, consistency, and presence, are the language of the feminine feeling seen. This is how she becomes that soft, vulnerable, loving, giving woman. I know I talk about this every video, but most of the advice out there from single people or people who have never been married or in a long-term relationship, or they've only been in very transactional relationships with no spiritual depth, which to each their own, but it focuses so much on the feminine getting, right? And receptivity is great. It's amazing. I know it feels incredible for you to actually be in the presence of a woman who can receive your masculine gifts, right? So these are the ways that even subconsciously she's looking for and she's feeling for in her body to let her know that it's okay for her to fully surrender to you. So I hope this brought some clarity, some insight into really what I would say grounded feminine women who are doing this spiritual work want, not just the feminine energy community, right? Or the women who say they're feminine or, have these feminine desires but aren't really doing the work. This is for the masculine and the feminine who are doing the work, who desire that mutual polarity in the relationship, right? So I hope this provided some good insight. For the women watching, I'm actually running a Valentine's Day sale for 15% off of anything in my shop. And the code is VDAY15. I'll link that below. And as for the men watching, if you are really committed to stepping into that deeper masculine role in your relationship and you want some more of those insights, go ahead and message me on Instagram or send me an email. I'll leave the information below. And we can talk about having a private polarity session where we really dive into where is the disconnect for you. I would love to provide some insight on that. And so I'll leave those details below. And as for everyone, I will see you in the next video. Love you so much.